Greetings, Bapo family. Bapo, believe ambitiously, persevere opportunities outstandingly. Today's topic, Vybes Kartel, Retrial. Firstly, Bapo TV would like to state that Vybes Kartel, the trial of Vybes Kartel and his co-accused is one of a Simon Say trial. I coined the phrase Simon Say trial because the case, is one of allegation rather than facts. So I coined such term, Simon Say, to show that the case lacked credibility. It is a trial which lacked, substance per se. So let me look at it now. Vybes Kartel trial to retrial. We have to look at the criminal mind versus criminal intent, mens rea versus actus reus, right? When we look back at the situation and what was presented is that the case, there was allegation with regards to Vybes Kartel action. It was alleged that Vybes Kartel was responsible for the death of Clive Lizard Williams. We have to use the law, capitalize on the law to ensure that justice is served. And when I look at it, the case, the trial, it is one of a Simon Say trial, which I said earlier that it is a trial based on allegation rather than facts. And if it is a trial based on allegation rather than facts, it is of utmost importance that the prosecution handle the case, handle such trial professionally, rather than assume that Mr. Vybes Kartel, Adidja Palmer, responsible for the alleged death of Clive Lizard Williams. Firstly, I would like to state that an accused is legally innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Mr. Adidja Palmer and his co-accused, all accused has the right to a fair trial, in which Mr. Vybes Kartel and his co-accused denied such privilege to a fair trial. They didn't receive a fair trial. So, looking at the situation, it would have fit the description of a Simon Say trial, which means that it is a trial based on allegation rather than facts. When I look at it now, to the retrial, in which the habeas corpus was filed and we are in the process of a retrial, to determine if the accused are indeed guilty or innocent of such the allegations of what they were allegedly, at what was alleged, if they were guilty. So they are trying to prove guilt. This is the situation at hand. If we are going to look contextualized Vybes Kartel lyrics, right, by saying that his lyrical content is one in which prove guilt or is a confession. If we are going to we can always look at other dancehall artists, other reggae artists as well. We can look at them. For example, Mr. Berry Salmond with a song Tempted to Touch. Each time you pass my way, I'm tempted to touch. Hey little girl, each time you pass my way, I'm tempted to touch. Should we assume that Mr. Berry Salmond is a pedophile? should we come to such conclusion that Mr. Beres Hammond is a pedophile? So if we are going to capitalize on the lyrical content of an entertainer to prove guilt, such trial, such assault, that it would be much description of a Simon Say trial, because that cannot substantiate. How can they substantiate such claim that he was responsible for the alleged death of Clive Lizard Williams by musical content, by his lyrical content as an entertainer? So if we are going to look at things, contextualize the lyrics of Mr. Vybes Kartel, Adidja Palmer, we have to contextualize the lyrical content of every entertainer, and I guess we could easily well say, yes, this person is a pedophile, this person is this person is a murderer based on lyrics. Can we use lyrical content in determining guilt and innocence? Should we use one's lyrical content? The case was poorly handled from the beginning. And this is the reason why Bapu TV is of the view that the accused should be released. They shouldn't be in custody of the state. They should be released. Because the case was poorly handled. And if you look at how the case was poorly handled, the jury had tampered, the jury panel was compromised. The evidence, the material evidence, which was the cell phone, was in use without judicial approval. So if we look at everything, how the case was handled, we can all it is a rational conclusion that the men should be released. The accused should be released. Now there is a retrial. What evidence, what will be, there wouldn't be a change, The men should be released. Yes. Is it what I called, is it the legal term based on this retrial? There's any room or avenue, there's any door for double jeopardy? Meaning that the individuals tried for the same thing twice. Double jeopardy, that's a legal term, I believe. Yes. Yeah. So we have to analyze the situation, rationalize the situation, understand that the case was a Simon Say case from the beginning. So the retrial won't make a difference. What evidence would be an admission? Would there be any fresh evidence in admission to prove that these men are guilty of such of what they were what was alleged of them that they are guilty of? The Simon Say trial, this is also a Simon Say retrial. Because the case lacks substance, it's just based on allegation. The DPP, from the beginning, the police, the investigating officers, didn't act professionally. Because the cell phone, which is a material evidence, should not be in use without judicial approval. So that is the first blunder. The DPP, on the other hand, received such and trying to bring forth a conviction, which there is a reason why the Privy Council send it back, because they know the Privy Council don't want to let it seem as if it's a slap in the face to the justice system in Jamaica. So the Privy Council just send it back for the determination, but they could have easily release this man, because they know that there is a blunder, there's a travesty of justice to even have them in custody in the first place. It is a travesty of justice, and they should be released. Yes, people may argue why Bapu TV will want Vybes Kartel and his co-accused to release. Several reasons. The men didn't receive a fair trial. It's not about innocent or guilt. We are proving whether or not Mr. Vybes Kartel and his co-accused are guilty or innocent. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. Vybes Kartel and his co-accused now, this such retrial. What will be different? What evidence? Will there be fresh evidence in admission? You know? What will be different? What will be different? The fact remains that the cell phone evidence, right? The content of the cell phone, there was compromise. It was compromised. So what, I don't even see the need for a retrial. Retrial is just a way to show that yes, we are trying to put this man to torment the accused. There is no need for any retrial more than just release them, because at the end of the day, it is a travesty of justice from the beginning. Everything from the police investigating officer, everything was poorly handled. And that is the reason why Bapu TV, this is the reason why I coined such phrase. From the beginning, the inception, from the beginning of the case, I coined such phrase that it is a Simon Say, it was a Simon Say trial. Because I see that the case lacks substance. There's no, legally, when you're looking at it and in the legal framework, looking at it legally, first thing, if there's a benefit of the doubt, the accused must be given the benefit of the doubt. That is the law. We cannot fight the law. How can we trample on the law? You cannot use one law to trample on the other. The accused must, and I state must, be given the benefit of the doubt if there is reasonable doubt, and there is reasonable doubt. How can the lyrical content of an entertainer be used to prove guilt or innocent? How many lyrical content there are people sing, you know, and you are using that to prove that yes, the accused indeed was the one who unalived someone. There's nobody. So how can you prove? What if tomorrow morning Clive Lizard Williams turn up? What will happen? What will happen? These men years of freedom were trampled on. Because of what? The case was poorly handled in the first place. The same thing, you know, as I always speak about perception, you know, people allow their perception to trample on their judgment, trample on rational thinking. How they think about someone. Not because you might not like his music, or I am not, you know, you might not like his music, so what? Does it change the fact that he has a right to a fair trial, to human dignity, as what I said in an earlier post? Does it change the fact that he has a right to a fair trial? No, it don't. It shouldn't change the fact that he has a right to a fair trial. All accused have a right to a fair trial. As what I said already, if there is benefit of the doubt, the accused must be given the benefit of the doubt. So, how I look at it, Vybes Kartel and his co-accused should be released immediately. There shouldn't even be a retrial. So this is how I look at it. This is how Bapu TV, from the beginning, I coined the phrase. You won't see this in any law book. Simon Say trial. Simon Say case. You won't see this in any law book. So Bapu TV will say another day. So believe ambitiously, persevere opportunities outstandingly. So Vybes Kartel and his co-accused should be released immediately. Immediately. There is no reason for him for this retrial. What new? There will be nothing new, you know. What will change? Nothing in it will change. So at the end of the day, just release them instead of put them into this whole drawing out system. What this gonna prove? They're just trying to, because I don't see any, concrete evidence. I don't see anything in this case. In the first place. That is the reason why I could even come up with such terms. Simon say. The term wasn't to trample on the justice system, but rather show the incompetence in the justice system. It is the incompetence in the justice system why such term has to be coined. So they can add such term to the legal dictionary, to a law dictionary. Simon say trial or Simon say case is a case which based on allegation rather than facts. So it's an allegation. So they can add this one to the law dictionary. Simon say case or a Simon say trial. So Bapo TV, I am out.